Welcome everyone to Paul Ricard for race 2, round number 4 of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. We have a tough race to beat yesterday, the best race this championship has ever seen, not only in my opinion, but in the opinion of many. Now we have to try and go and beat it today. There you can see, like it was yesterday, an absolute scorcher here in France. Track temperature of 51 degrees. That's perhaps one of the hottest we've seen all weekend. Air temperature of just under 30 degrees. Well, my name's Chris McCarthy. As ever, it's a privilege to call you through the action. The cars are just making their way round to the grid. They'll form up and then we will get ready to go racing for 30 minutes plus a lap as ever. Well, if you missed yesterday, it's one definitely worth going back and watching. Taking the win was Paul Aron, but only just beat his teammate Dino Beganovic by just under a second to the flag. The pair swapped places several times, but starting from pole position won't be any of the Prema drivers today. It will be an ART driver in the shape of Gabriele Mini. He took his third pole position of the season, the ART driver, trying to repeat the win that his former teammate and reigning champion Gregor Sorsi got here last year in the second race of the weekend. Said to me he didn't get a tow yesterday, hence he didn't get pole position. He got a tow today, which was worth about 2 or 3 tenths. That's why he was able to go and take pole position. However, the race pace of those Prema cars was incredibly strong. The ART seemed to just lose a little bit of pace towards the end of the race, but speaking to Gabriele earlier, he was confident that he could go and challenge for the win today. There's Michael Belov. He's going to start this one from P7. Definitely one to watch is Michael Belov. Made some good progress throughout the field yesterday, particularly towards the end of the race. He was perhaps the most exciting watch, came from 5th to 3rd right at the end of the race, taking the podium place away from Gabriel Bortoleto on the last lap. He saved up his last push to pass when Gabriel Bortoleto had used his, and the Russian was able to go through and get himself onto the podium for the second time this season. There is Kaz Havercourt. He will start from the second row of the grid like he was supposed to do yesterday, but he got a penalty yesterday after exceeding track limits in qualifying. His lap time was deleted. He was dropped down to row 5, could only manage 9th place. Speaking to Dudu Barrichello, one thing me and him were both agreeing on is the quality of the field is so high, and there he is, the F4. Is so high that if you qualify down the field, making progress is just very, very hard. Dudu Barrichello said to me earlier it was a very scary moment when he stalled on the grid yesterday. He was just trying to improve his starts by using less clutch, and he stalled the car, and he said he was just waiting for someone to go straight into the back of him. But credit to all the drivers, they avoided him, and he did well to come back through the field and get up to 21st place, trying to get his very first points in this championship. We saw Paul Aron. It's going to be exciting to watch him from 5th place. He wants nothing less than victories. He told me at the start of the weekend that he's going to get 2 wins this weekend. That's what he's going for. However, one man looking to get his very first win in this championship is the Brazilian, the number 85, Gabriel Bortoleto. Just like he did yesterday, he's going to line up on the outside of the front row. A different man alongside him this time, though. Dino Beganovic was pole yesterday. This time it's Gabriele Mini. Gabriel Bortoleto, again, he was another who said his race pace wasn't quite on par with these guys here. Dino Beganovic towards the end of the race, but Gabriel Bortoleto said they've been working in the team to try and improve that overnight. So let's see how he goes today. Dino Beganovic will start this one from 3rd place. He's 65 points clear of 2nd place in the championship, Hadrian David, and we are only at round 4. Kaz Havercourt will start this one from 4th place, always finishes inside the top 10. Even on the race he was disqualified from at Imola, he has finished every single race inside the top 10. Hugely, hugely consistent is Kaz Havercourt. He has a worst on-track finish of 9th, and that came yesterday. Row 3 will be Paul Aron. Race 1 win, 4 wins overall in his Freca career. 2 of those coming this season, 2 coming at Mugello last season when he took back-to-back wins. Can he repeat that? Let's find out. Lorenzo Fluxa, very happy, got back inside the points for the first time since the season opener yesterday with a solid result of 8th place. Did fall away towards the end of the race, but there's a chance that he was being slightly conservative given his bad run of form, or bad run of luck, shall we say, for Lorenzo Fluxa. Just hasn't really gone well for him since that season opener, and I think he would have just been happy to take a points finish regardless of where it was. That will give him a lot of confidence now going in today, and there's a chance that we will see the Spaniard taking a more aggressive approach to this race. So it will be interesting to watch Lorenzo Fluxa, who's going to be in the 16, the RSGP, on row number 3. Remember him from the very first race of the season, getting on the podium. Let's see if he can repeat that today. Row number 4 will be Michael Belov in the 30. Hard to miss him in the bright orange MP Motorsport car. 3 out of 3 podiums at this circuit in Freca. Took 2 second places here last year, took a 3rd yesterday. Can he keep that 100% record going today? There's a very good chance, given how good he was with his tactics. There was a lot learned about the push-to-pass system yesterday. You only get to use it 5 times throughout the race, and you can't use it until you cross the line at the end of lap number 1. Well, here we go throughout the grid. We've got Gabriele Mini to your right. There's Gabriel Bortoletto to the left. Then Dino Beganovic there on the right of screen. Cas Havercourt to the left in the Van Amersfoort car. As we said, always in the top 10. Paul Laron, race 1 winner to the right of screen there. Now to your left, Lorenzo Fluxa in the points for the first time since their first race of the season yesterday. Podium finisher Michael Belov to the right, and now to the left, Hadrian David, who won here last year in race 1. Now coming up to the right, Tim Tramnitz, 2 rookie wins, the second of those coming yesterday. To the left is Mari Boyer, 3 7th place finishes in a row. Dudu Barrichello to the right, looking to get his first points of the season. Then we have Roman Belinsky, who got his best qualifying of 12th. There's Sebastian Montoya, who leads the rookie standings. Josh Dirksen from Paraguay comes next. Then behind that, we have Owen Tangavelu, got a personal best yesterday. Then Josh Dufek, who was involved in that crash. Esteban Masson comes next, who had damage in race 1. Victor Bernier, who's racing here for the first time since 2019. Then Maceo Capietto, problems for him yesterday. Lawrence Van Hopen comes next. Then it's Pietro Deligoanti, a 17th and a 13th here last year. Lines up alongside his team boss, Keith Donegan. Then Santiago Ramos, there's the Red Bull Junior of Lone Leon. Leonardo Fornaroli comes next, his worst result yesterday. Mateus Zagazeta got his best to the left. Now to the right, Levente Ravets. To the left there is Hamda Al-Kabasi. Then we have Pietro Armani. Brake issues for him this weekend. Francesco Braschi comes next, and it's Axel Noss. Now to your left is Piotr Wisnicki. After that, we have Nicolas Baptiste. Damage for him yesterday. Han Chen Yu is running in a new engine. And we have a penalty for Sami Megatunov here in the 17 after he's had to change the turbo. And there you can see, that's how we done that run down the grid. Yes, worthy celebration. That was great, that was. Hopefully we can get that every race. That was awesome. Brilliant to go through the grid there. And as you could probably tell, I was running out of breath towards the end because there's 35 cars on the grid. There's usually 37. We are missing, sadly, Delano Van't Hoff, who's had surgery to his collarbone. And we are also missing Lena Bula from this round. Similar issues to, I think, why she wasn't with us at Imola. We hope to see both of them back very soon. Delano has confirmed he will be back at Zandvoort, and really do hope to see Lena there too. Plenty of people coming on to watch this one. Word got around yesterday just how good the race was. So anyone who missed it is making sure that they do not miss it today. Many people who are here with the GT paddock said just how good that race was, and that they were going to make sure they were in a good place to watch this one. Green flag will wave, and then we will get going for the formation lap before we get going for 30 minutes plus a lap. Good time to talk about tyres, I think. I did speak to James, one of the members from Pirelli, a little earlier. I spoke to him on Friday a little bit about how the tyres had been performing, and he said he was very, very pleased with how things had been going. The tyres have been holding up well, and he said this weekend they've also been going well. Many people, one driver told me they'd fall away after 4 laps, but the guys at Pirelli said that's not the case. Okay, let's go through the grid again, shall we? Mini and Bortoletto, row 1. Beganovic and Havercourt, row number 2. Row number 3 will be Aron, winner yesterday from Fluxa alongside. Then we have Belov and David on row number 4. both winners in this championship. Our top rookie, Tramnitz, rounds out the top 10 with Boya looking to improve on 3 7th places in the last 3 races. Dudu Barrichello looking to get in the points. Belinsky with his best result there in 12th. Montoya and Dirksen, an all-rookie, row 7. Then we have Tangavello and Dufek, who will want a clean race on row 8. Masson and Bernier making it all French, row 9. Then it is Capietto and Van Hopen to round out the top 20. Van Hopen involved in that crash yesterday. Deli Guanti and Donegan, an all RPM, row 11. Row 12 is Ramos and Leon, an all Mexican, row 12. 2 good mates who raced each other since their first races in karting. Fornaroli and Zagazzetta come next on row 13. Then it's Rivets and Alcabasi on row number 14. Armani and Braschi, the 2 Italians, down on row number 15. Nos and Wisnicki on row 16. Just behind on row 17 is Nicolas Baptiste and Han Chen Yu. As I said, penalty for him because he's on his 3rd engine of the season. Similar penalty for Keith Donegan yesterday. Megatunif next. I did ask Han Chen Yu how that was going, and he said he's having to run the engine in. It's going to take a little bit of time, so we'll see how he gets on in this race. And Sami Megatunif, clearly problems for him in qualifying, qualified down the order, and he's had to change the turbo. Now, speaking to the guys at Pirelli, like I said, they agree that the tyres are holding up pretty well. Actually, they were very pleased with the performance. Many expected that the tyres would just fall away very quickly this weekend, but that doesn't appear to be the case. The times being set by the guys at the front, they said, were very good towards the end of the race, given that the GT cars running here this weekend are running a new form of rubber, new tyre for this weekend, a new compound, shall I say, for this season. And the rubber we were picking up off that earlier has been affecting the car slightly, but not as much as we would have thought. So they said it's been a really good weekend overall on the tyres front. Okay, cars now making their way up to the grid. As I said, it's going to be 30 minutes plus a lap. 4 different winners so far this season. They are the top 4 in the championship. One of those, though, isn't the man starting on the outside of the front row. Gabriel Bortoletto looking to get his very first win. The man who starts directly behind him, Kaz Havicourt, looking to get his very first win. We have 9 different drivers who have finished on the podium. 3 different rookie winners. Here they come up to the grid to get ready to go for 30 minutes plus a lap around Paul Ricard. 28 degrees it is here. It was an absolutely cracking race yesterday, but always, every single round we've had so far in this championship, the Sunday races are always better than the Saturday races. So if that's the case, this really is going to be one to remember. Sami Megatunif in the orange MP Motorsport car will pull up in 35th and last position. The lights will start to come on at the front of the field. Gabriele Mini will start from pole. Bortoletto to the outside. We are go for the 2nd time this weekend in Paul Ricard. A solid start for both the drivers on the front row. A bad start for Belov in the orange MP Motorsport car. He's under attack in 5th place as we make our way through turn number 1 for the first time. There's Belinsky in the number 4, the blue, red and white car in the Trident going round the outside to gain a position. Great start from the British driver as they now come down towards turn number 3 for the first time. It's Mini leading Bortoletto in 3rd place there. That is Dino Begnovic. 4th is Havicourt, then it's Belov. Aron is in 6th place. Fluxa is next, and it's David in the all blue. That looks like Dudu Barrichello has had to taken off, avoiding action. Unfortunately, he's had to go round the long lap, and sadly Dudu Barrichello is going to drop down the field. So a bad start for Dudu Barrichello. Good start for his teammate in the 10, the all-red car there of Joshua Dirksen, going along well on this first lap. Now remember, they get 5 push-to-passes. They cannot use them until the end of lap number 1, so we will not see anyone using push-to-pass on this lap. They get to use it for up to 15 seconds in 1 push, so they can't use it twice on a lap. Oh no, that's Levente Rivets. Unfortunately, the Van Amersfoort driver has pulled off somewhere, and we may see a safety car early doors as we're side by side, and a change for a second there. Dino Begnovic up to 2nd, got a good run out the chicane, and the Swedish driver has gone through to take 2nd place away from Gabriel Bortoletto. Josh Dufek trying to get round the outside there of Victor Bernier, and Bortoletto now under attack from the orange and black coloured car there of Kaz Havik Belov in the orange behind, trying to get through into 4th place as we make our way now round to the final 2 corners. Belov there just taking a little bit too much curb, unsettled the car slightly, seemed to gather it okay, but now that's put him under attack. Aaron fires it down the inside there in the red and white Prema, and the Estonian is through into 5th place. Great start then from Aaron. He's back up to 5th place. Oh no, we've got an incident there. One of the Tridents is gone. Victor Bernier, that is in the blue. Matteo Capietto in the black and red coloured car, the monolite car. And I think that was Belinsky, who was the other car to go off, unfortunately. In fact, dropping down the order is Fornaroli. So I think it might have been Fornaroli who dropped down. We'll get confirmation when they all cross the line. Just trying to see. It looked like one of the Trident drivers had gone off. There's Victor Bernier. Sadly, he is out of the race. It's been a pretty bad home race for him. 23rd yesterday, and he's not going to finish today. Safety car is out, so we've lost a few drivers on that first lap. The Vente Rivets did get going. He is in the pit lane. In fact, that's Matteo Capietto who's in the pit lane. The Vente Rivets did not get going. Tangavelu looks like he's caught up as well. So Owen Tangavelu has been caught up in an incident, and there he is, the G4 driver, the 92. Sadly has come to a stop as well. I wonder if that was a separate incident or if he was the other car involved. We'll get another look at it shortly, but Victor Bernier just having a look at what went wrong there. Well, just like we did yesterday, lap 2 begins with a safety car as the Monolite team looking at the back of that car, looking at the rear wing, and a bad weekend for Matteo Capietto has just got a lot worse. It's just not meant to be sometimes. This his home race, the reigning French F4 champion, and unfortunately it's just not gone well at all for Matteo Capietto. Real shame for him. 3rd in the French F4 French F4 championship last year to Esteban Masson. Right, let's look back at the start. There was a yellow flag, so someone got away slowly. I think that was one of the Premas. I think that was Paul Aron that got away slowly, so he was swallowed up by the pack behind. There you can see Belov was all 4 wheels over trying to get round Paul Aron, so Belov got round Aron straight away. We saw Aron return the favour going into the final corner a little bit later on. That was Belinsky going side by side with Mari Boyer. There you can see to the right of screen, Dudu Barrichello going round wide, unfortunately, and dropping down the field. Here's the incident then. Look at the top of screen, look for the blue coloured car. Collision between 2 teammates and nowhere else to go for the other 2 drivers. So Capietto involved, and the Trident that was involved got going again, and it was Leonardo Fornaroli because he has dropped down the field. Belinsky wasn't involved. He runs in 9th place. Matteo Capietto, going back to him, he had the main electric cable in his car, a break in the first qualifying session yesterday. He had to start from the pit lane, having just got the car fixed in time. The team did a really good job. He started from the pit lane yesterday and couldn't do much from there, unfortunately. And from there, it's just not got much better. It seemed to struggle slightly in qualifying, finished down in 19th place. So he had a chance to make some places, but it seems he's had an incident with his countryman, Victor Bernier. Looked like Victor had made contact with one of his teammates. That might have been Esteban Masson he got caught up with there. And that saw Victor go round into the path of Capietto. They're trying to get the car fixed and get him back out there again. It would be good for him just to get some running, wouldn't it? Now the order is to the left of screen. Gabriele Mini is leading the way from Dino Begnovic, from Bortoletto, from Havercourt, from Aron, from Belov, from Fluxa, David Belinsky. The red background to his number on the right of his name denotes he's a rookie. He leads the rookie standings in this race ahead of his teammate, Team Tramnitz. Boyer's had a bad start. He's out the top 10. Dirkson's had a good start. He's up to 12th. Then it's Montoya, Dufek. Van Hopen's going well. He started down in 20th place. He's up to 15th. Masson is up to 16th. Then it's Deli Gawanti. He's up to 17th from 21st. Donegan up to 18th. Then Zagazzetta. Barrichello having run off on that first lap, clearly avoiding action or running wide, having to go round the cone placed on the outside of the circuit to avoid a penalty. Barrichello sadly has dropped down to 20th place. And look at the top of that tyre. Well, that's from where the incident has happened. Huge, huge flat spot on that car. Yep, let's get rid of those tyres. I think they're going to do. This is Han Chen Yu in the 24 they're looking at there. So Han Chen Yu has had a problem as well. We've got to remember he's changed the engine, so he's running that engine in. I think that Marshall wants to take that one home with him, but not with the left front suspension in that state. As the field now come across the line. So safety car will bunch the field up again. It was fairly bunched up anyway, but it's going to bunch it up even more. And don't forget, they can use push to pass. As soon as they cross the start-finish line, when the safety car comes in, push to pass will be active. So theoretically, you could use it into turn one, but wouldn't be the best time to use it. There you can see progress to the left. Zagazetta's done well, hasn't he? Up 7. Pietro Armani is up 8 places. Great progress from the Italian driver. And if Pietro Armani could finish there, that would match his best result of the season from Monaco, where he finished 21st in the first race of the weekend. Megatuniv's doing well. They're still trying to get Tangavelu's car off the circuit. A shame for Tangavelu, because he'd had a really good weekend up until this point. He got his best result in qualifying of the weekend. He got a personal best result of the season yesterday, 14th place. He'd been setting records all weekend for himself. Sadly, it's just not ended well. Real shame for Ryan Tangavelu, but is making really, really good progress in that car. One of many rookie drivers. We have 20 rookie drivers taking part. So lots of drivers out there learning the car for the first time this season. Some of them in their second or third year of single-seater racing. Safety car, I think, will take us round at least one more time, and then we will get going at the end of that. Gabriele Mini won't mind this. He'll be happy for the laps to tick along. Dino Begnovic will be thinking already about the back straight. In fact, we're going to come in this lap. Okay, that's good news. Safety car is in this lap. Lights go out, so it doesn't give Gabriele Mini a long time to plan his start, but he's led enough races. He's a former Italian F4 champion, won that title very comfortably in 2020. Won, of course, back in Imola as well. Won the second race of the weekend. Let's see if he can add to that this weekend. Just calmly leading the field as he'll now get going up towards the final 2 corners, and he's made a great restart there. Dino Begnovic has been left behind, and he's now been left under pressure from Bortoleto, who's got pressure from behind from Kaz Havikor as we make our way out the final corner now and down the start-finish straight. Dino Begnovic has done a really good job to warm his tyres up, because through those final 2 corners, he was able to close that gap back into Gabriele Mini and Havikor side by side there with Bortoleto. Havikor is to the left of screen here, and Havikor's through on the push-to-pass system. Havikor used it down the start-finish straight, and Havikor is up into 3rd place. Well, he's going to be left vulnerable now going down the back straight. There's Hadrian David in the all-blue coloured car, running in 8th place so far as we now come round the left-hander in towards the right-hander at turn number 5. A place you can make a move, but with the push-to-pass system, often better now to wait to the back straight as they come through at turn number 6 and now through turn number 7. Onto the back straight we go. Gabriele Mini leading the way here from 2nd place, which is Dino Begnovic. Down the back straight we go, just under 19 minutes on the clock. You can see Kaz Havikor there in 3rd place. Bortoleto for now having a more patient approach to this race. He got caught out, remember, yesterday from using too many push-to-passes before the last lap, as that looked like Mari Boyer taking a place away from Tim Tramnitz, so that's a change for 10th place. Points go to the top 10. We use the same point system as Formula One, and it looks like Masson had dropped a few positions there, so I'm not too sure what's happened to him. Dudu Barrichello's on the move. He's gone up 2 on this lap, so we'll keep an eye on the Brazilian making his way through the field. He recovered well yesterday. Let's see if he can do the same today. Bortoleto now under pressure from race 1 winner Paul Aron there in the red and white. The Estonian will want to get a move on here. He can see the top 2 escaping. Dino Beganovic will perhaps take a patient approach here. 18 minutes is a long time to go in this race. We'll want to use those push to passes wisely. Use them when he knows he can make a move, and make sure he's got enough left for the last few laps as we go down towards turn number 1 now. Mini leading Beganovic. Behind that is Havicourt. Bortoleto 4th. Aron is 5th. Then it's Belov, Fluxa, David, Belinsky. As we said, we saw it on screen, a change for 10th. Boyer past Tramnitz, and he's now all over the back of Belinsky. See them coming through screen. There we go. This is Belinsky versus Boyer. You saw it there. Boyer all over the back of him. We could see a change there. But more importantly, we could see a change for the lead. Slightly wide through 4 there was Mini. That's going to leave him vulnerable into 5. And that's going to affect him now all the way down the back straight. But here's a change we could see on this lap. Boyer has just gone past Tramnitz, and he'll want to get a move on. He's now behind the rookie of Belinsky, so we'll keep one eye on that and one eye on the leaders as they fire their way now down the back straight. David looking in his mirrors there, but he's got space behind. Here comes Beganovic now, looks to the outside of Mini. The 2 leaders side by side into the chicane, and they both run wide there. They've both gone wide over the chicane. Havicourt's now going to come after the pair of them. So it's as you were, but now Havicourt right with the 2 leaders. We're side by side. Up towards 10, we could go 3 wide here. Havicourt doesn't know which way to go. He's going to tuck in behind Gabriele Mini, and that's going to be a change for 2nd place. The Dutch driver not quite able to get through. Good driving there from Beganovic to hold his own round the outside. Great racing once again from Frecker as Havicourt dives down the inside of Beganovic, has to back out of it. Bortoleto now having a look there in the black and white RS GP. There he is, the number 85. Looks to the outside of Havicourt. Behind this, in 5th place, is Aron. Then it is Belov next behind that. Round they come, up to the penultimate corner now. Are we going to see anyone make a lunge into the final corner? Aron made a great move here yesterday, and he's going to go for another one. Aron down the inside of Bortoleto there, not quite able to get through. Right, down the start-finish straight we go. So Aron has gone past Belov. Belov right behind Aron. Here we go, down towards turn number 1. We could see a change between these 2. Belov is looking to the outside of Aron. Belov in the orange MP Motorsport car there is going to go all the way around the outside, round turn 1. The Estonian holds his own, and it's Aron still in 5th place. Fluxa now closes in 7th. David getting involved. Here comes Fluxa on the push to pass. Down the outside of Belov. Is the Spaniard going to get through? Not quite. Belov takes a lot of curb there through 4 just to hold on. Now they come in towards turn number 6. David trying to get the switch back as they go into the long right-hander. Not quite able to get through. Fluxa has run wide. He's going to now come through turn 7 on the wrong line. And David surely is going to get through here. Boyer in the background has gone past Belinsky, so that was a change that did happen for 9th place, and David is now looking to the inside of Fluxa in the all blue coloured car there, the Alpine Junior, comfortably down the inside of Fluxa. I don't even think he needed to use push to pass there. Hadrian David is through. Change there for 7th place. Here we look back at the rookies all battling away with each other. This is your battle, by the way, for the rookie lead. The red and blue coloured cars there. The number 4, the number 70, then the other Prema car and Dirksen. 1, 2, 3, 4, all for the lead in the rookie class as they come through turn number 10. The top rookie goes on the podium with the top 3, and the top rookie at the end of the season gets a championship trophy as well. Here comes Montoya down the inside of Belinsky, not quite able to get through. Josh Dirksen there from Paraguay, the only driver from Paraguay doing single-seater racing. Now trying to get round the outside of Montoya. He's got to be careful. That's Lorenz Van Hopen on his inside, who's in his first full season of single-seater racing, being mentored by Nick de Vries, reigning Formula E champion. Right, round the final 2 corners, I think there was a change up ahead there. There was certainly some side-by-side action going on as Van Hopen trying to get down the inside of Dirksen. Didn't quite work there. He had to be careful. Dufek was trying to get involved as well in that black and orange Van Amersfoort car. This is brilliant stuff, isn't it? Here we go. That's Deligoanti in the green and orange trying to get down the inside. We're side by side there. Deligoanti trying to get down the inside of Dufek. That could be a change for 15th place. But here is Boyer and Fluxer, the 2 Spaniards fighting away with each other, and Fluxer is going to defend now down into turn 3. Into 4 we go. Boyer surely is going to get on the attack down the Mistral straight. They come into 5. Up towards 6 we go, and Boyer just lining up Fluxer here, who once again, similar to last lap, is going to run wide through 6. That's going to compromise him through 7. You can see David already escaping out front in the background. This is the battle going on between the likes of Van Hopen is the one leading this queue there in the white and black. Dufek looking in his mirrors because he's got Deligoanti behind. Then that's Esteban Masson, reigning French F4 champion, is going to go down the inside of the pair of them there in that blue FA racing car. 3 wide into the chicane. Oh no, contact there. Oh, and an incident. It was always going to happen, wasn't it? 3 into 1 doesn't go. Dufek there has spun round. Masson has stopped, and that should be a safety car. Leaders side by side now. You can see Beganovic trying to go around the outside of Gabriele Mini. Mini trying to hold him off. Beganovic is going to look to the outside at turn 11. Havercourt is there as well. Top 3 all together and closing in. Still with them is Bortoletto, but I think a safety car is going to come out very shortly as we get up towards the final 2 corners. With those 2 cars stranded at the chicane, I don't see any other option as Mini comes now into the final couple of corners. There we can see Masson jumping out of the car. Real shame for him. As they come down the start-finish straight now, we're still racing, it seems, as we're side by side a little bit behind Gabriel Bortoletto there to the outside of Paul Aron as we make our way down the start-finish straight. We're still not seeing a safety car. Well, maybe that car's been cleared into a safe place. Who knows? We'll wait and see when we come round to it. But Esteban Masson, they're trying to get it moved, and we're still racing. Very strange stuff. Gabriele Mini leads the way, and there we go. It's come out now. Safety car is out, just over 10 to go. I'll be honest, I was just waiting for the safety car to come out there. It did eventually. Well, we can take a bit of a breather after that. Brilliant racing. Sadly, an incident there between some of the rookies. We'll have a little look back at what happened. So here we go. We've got in the blue coloured car, that's Esteban Masson. He's getting down the inside of Dufek in the black and orange. To the outside is Deligoanti. Contact between all 3. And the rest is history, really. It just wasn't going to work, was it? That's 2 incidents now for Dufek. I don't think you can really blame him for that one. Esteban Masson, he had a go, didn't he, down the inside. He had the space down the inside, but that corner tightens up very quickly, and it was just never going to work with 3 of them. A shame. I think it will go down as a racing incident. I don't really think you can blame anyone solely for that. It was all of them attacking the corner at the exact same rate, and Esteban Masson has sadly been left stranded. Well, a bad weekend has got a whole lot worse. It looked like a weekend that potentially could have turned very good there. But at least he had a go at it. Okay, this is going to close the field up once again. Gabriele Mini leads races. Safety cars come out. He had to deal with this at Imola. Had to deal with it a couple of times, actually, but he did very well on all occasions in that race. Those of you, if you watched Imola, you'll remember we had half the track wet and half the track dry. Really difficult conditions he had to deal with, but he did very well. Beganovic looked like he was lining him up, though, didn't he? Aron, by the way, has got through to 4th place whilst all that mess was going on. Aron snuck through into 4th and has set the fastest lap of the race. So a change for 4th place, so we can see the Prema driver. Let's go through the order then. So here's your rookie order, by the way. Obviously, this is not how they stand on track exactly, but this is the order the rookies standing. It's not their overall position, but Belinsky is the top rookie from Tramnitz, from Montoya, from Dirksen, from Van Hopen, Ramos, Brasky, Zagazeta, Megatunif, and Leon. Those are the top 10 rookies on track. In terms of the top 10 overall, it is Gabriele Mini leading Dino Beganovic, Kaz Havercourt, Paul Aron, Gabriel Bortoletto, Michael Berlov, Hadrian David, Lorenzo Fluxa, Mari Boyer. Roman Belinsky holds that last point in 10th. Rookies do not have a separate point system. Their points are made up of overall points. So far, Belinsky would be the only one to add to his points in the rookie standings. Championship-wise for the rookies, Montoya has 20, Fornaroli 11, Dirksen 9, Tramnitz 9, Van Hopen 8, then it's Capietto and Leon on 3, Megatunif on 2, Dufek on 1. So with this result, if it stands as it is, Belinsky on his debut at this circuit would put a point on the board and move to 19th in the championship. 18 drivers already, half the field, just over, have scored points this season. Not easy. Getting a point, a single point in this championship is a great effort. Now we could see the safety car in this lap. Looked like that car was being cleared quite quickly. Aron is the one to watch in that number 3. He's going to run out of time quickly, 7.5 minutes left, but he got past Bortoletto, and that was important. And I don't think Bortoletto will be too annoyed about that. I think he'll want to go with him. Havercourt in 3rd, has never won a race in this championship. He's got a great chance here to go and take his first win, and he was all over the back of Mini and Beganovic. In fact, the safety car is going to take us round once more. At least it would have come in by now, I think. But he's got a great chance there in 3rd place to go after those top 2. 5 push to passes again in total. I can't tell you how many of them they have left, nor do the other drivers know when each of them are using it. They just have to play it by ear, really, when the drivers have been telling me that you can't look in the mirror, see the other driver is using it, and then react. You either have to use it as soon as you hit the straight or not at all, basically. So that was something that both Dino and Gabriel were telling me yesterday when we were having a chat. They're saying if you're going to use it down the back straight, you either use it straight away. The guy behind you is using it, and you see kind of a few hundred meters down the straight, then it's too late. See the cars all filtering through. Let's have one more look. So Dufek's come over to defend. Masson is clearly on the push to pass there to get through. Dufek has left him room. Masson's left him room, but then the RPM car, of course, tries to go around the outside, and that's where we see the 3 cars crunch together. An unfortunate incident, really. It looked a lot worse at first look, actually, but when you watch it back a couple of times, you can see it was really just an unfortunate coming together. It was 3 drivers who were trying to give each other space, but I think on the outside there, the RPM car of Deligoanti just didn't realise there were 2 cars to the inside as he turned in. So, and I think that's how we found that incident happen. They're struggling to clear this car of Esteban Masson. So we might go round once more. Gabriele Mini will be more than happy for this to happen. I think another will be Roman Belinsky. He'll be happy to see the laps tick by. 5 minutes plus a lap. Remember, we just did a 2-minute 48 behind the safety car there. So there we go. We've got the car attached, so we could see the safety car in this lap now, as long as the track's clear, as that car is now moving very quickly. You can see in the top of screen as we focus on it now. They're trying to tell Esteban to just steer in the right direction, but I think that steering on his car is completely broken, to be honest, so I don't think he's got any control over that. A quick shot there of just a heat haze. It is absolutely boiling out there. Look at that. 50 degrees over track temperature. Really, really hot here at Paul Ricard. It has been all weekend. We were wet for the first practice session. The rain follows us around everywhere, actually. It followed us even to Monaco. We just left it for the Grand Prix. But everywhere we've gone this season, it rains. Look forward to getting away when you're from the UK, but so far this season, 2 trips to Italy have actually been, weather-wise, worse than being in the UK. Let's hope that changes going forward for my sake. I'm going to be very selfish there. But there's a few drivers out there who really do enjoy the wet weather. Hence, we've seen some excelling in the championship throughout. As they come across the start-finish line now. One more time. So we're probably going to get 2 laps. The car's now safely away. So we will see the safety car in this lap. It's going to be a 2-lap showdown. Now, the interesting thing here is, it's interesting and also at the same time, we might see, we're going to have drivers all using push to pass. Some of them might decide to use it twice on 1 lap. So now it's not going to be a case. I think all of them are going to at least have 2 push to pass left. Some of them might have 3 or 4. If they have 4, they can use it twice per lap. So really it's going to be a battle of who has the most left, I think, because you have 3 push to pass. You can use it down the back straight into the chicane and then down the back straight again into turn number 10. We saw Kaz Havicourt use it into turn 1 very successfully. He might do the same again to steal second from Dino. Gabriele Mini can use it in defending. They're all going to be using it on the last 2 laps. It's how many times they can use it. Some of them might decide to try and save up a couple for that last lap. It's going to be fascinating last lap. We didn't quite get the tactics battle we had yesterday, where it was about who was saving them up the most, as we only had that 1 safety car right at the beginning. With a couple today, it's been slightly different. They've all been able to save them up behind the safety car, but this is going to be interesting. They might all use it as we cross the line. Remember, they can use it as soon as they cross that start-finish line. Gabriele Mini will be the one leading the way in that ART car, looking to repeat the win we saw from Saucy here last year, who won race 2 and went on to win the championship. ART former winners include the likes of Esteban Ocon, who won back here in 2013 as well. At this level, there have been 2 winners for ART at this level. Can we see a third with Gabriele Mini as they make their way now round turn 12 through 13 and up to the final 2 corners? We're going to see a battle between the rookies as well. Those cars we're focusing on there: Belinsky, Tramnitz, Montoya, Dirksen, Van Hopen. Only one of them can be the rookie winner. 5 of them in contention. Which one will it be? We'll keep an eye on that, but it's going to be 2 laps to decide the second winner here at Paul Ricard. Can we see Dino Beganovic continue that run of 1-2 finishes, or will Gabriele Mini be able to get back on the top step for the second time this season? A great restart there for both the top 2. Kaz Havicourt, not a good restart for him as they come down the start-finish straight. Belov looked like he was on push to pass there. I think Belov going on the attack of Gabriel Bortoleto, side by side with the Brazilian as they come in towards turn number 1. The Russian and the Brazilian going side by side, but they've got to be careful of Hadji and David. There he is, the number 26 in the blue-coloured car, trying to get past as we come in towards turn number 3 for the first time of this restart. 1.5 laps to go now. Into turn number 5 we go. Dino Beganovic trying to line up a move here on Gabriele Mini. You can see Belinsky getting a bit of a gap there over Tramnitz. That is Van Hopen leading Deli Gawanti in the fight for 14th place as they come down the back straight now for the penultimate time. Hadrian David all over the back of Michael Belov. The 2 leaders getting closer and closer up front though as we approach the braking zone. No one able to make a move. It looked like they were both potentially on push to pass that time, so no one able to make a move on this lap. We're going to get one more at the end of this as they come out of the chicane. There's a move, or there's a defensive move for Lorenz Van Hopen. Deli Gawanti trying to get past him now as they come up towards turn number 10, and Deli Gawanti looking to the right, can't quite get through, now has to look to the outside as they come up towards turn number 10. They're flat out through here. 240 k's they're going up towards that corner now as they come in towards turn number 11. Hadrian David down the inside there of Michael Belov. So a change there for 6th place. Hadrian David gets past Michael Belov, and that is a change for 6th right at the end of the race. Great driving from David, but don't forget Belov on the last lap last time got onto the podium having saved up enough push to pass. So we'll keep an eye on that battle, but this is the main battle we're focusing on. We've got the battle for the last step on the podium as well between Paul Aron and Kaz Havercourt. Down towards turn number 1 for the final time. Are we going to see any moves? Gabriele Mini going a little bit defensive just to try and break the toe. In the background, Gabriel Bortoleto surely on push to pass now. Goes side by side with Aron. He's going to try round the outside. Is he going to be able to get through? No. Aron cuts him off. So Gabriel Bortoleto is going to have to try down the back straight. David is closing in on these guys as well. He will surely go for a move if he is able to get them. But this is our 2 leaders. We come through 4. This corner, absolutely crucial. Mini has to get it right, and has done. So that will give him a good run now through turn number 6 and into 7. And I don't think Beganovic is going to be close enough here to make a move on Mini as we make our way down the back straight. And you can see Mini weaving there to try and break the toe. Havercourt is not close enough to make a move either. But Beganovic is getting closer and closer now as they make their way down to the braking zone. Is he going to track one down the inside? No, the championship leader sensibly stays in behind. What about turn 11 and 12 though? We could see a move there. We've got Kaz Havercourt in a comfortable 3rd place. Paul Aron in 4th place. David closing in on those guys in 5th and a change for 5th. Hadrian David is up to 5th place. So the French driver there getting past Gabriel Bortoleto. The 2 teammates swapping places. As we come up towards turn 11 for the final time. Here we see David and Bortoleto. Is Bortoleto going to be able to fight back? We've got Boyer, who's been on the move in this race as well. He's just gone past his teammate Lorenzo Fluxa to get up to 8th place, and he's now trying to move on Michael Belov as well, so we could see a change for 7th. Right at the end there, it could be 4 7th places in a row for Mary Boyer. We'll keep an eye on that, but the 2 leaders, Beganovic, is he going to carry speed and throw one down the inside at the final corner? Gabriele Mini taking no chances to fence. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Have any of them got a push to pass left? No. Gabriele Mini, for the 2nd time this season, wins here in Freca and wins for ART at Paul Ricard. It's back-to-back wins for the team at Paul Ricard. They won here last year with Saucy. They win again this year with Gabriele Mini. Dino Beganovic continues his run of 1-2 finishes, and for the 2nd time this season, Kaz Havercourt finishes on the podium, adding to the podium he got at Monaco. A solid points finish there for Paul Aron to finish in 4th place. Hadrian David finishes in 5th place. Gabriel Bortoleto is 6th place. Belov 7th. Boyer in 8th place. Fluxa is 9th place. And Roman Belinsky gets his first rookie win of the season and his first point of the season, finishing in 10th place. Great race between the top 2. Beganovic tried everything he could there at the end, but Mini did just enough to hold on. And that his 2nd win of the season. And that is Roman Belinsky's dad. And he is absolutely over the moon with that. Roman Belinsky's dad there, so happy. The Polish-British driver who has stepped over from the GB3 Championship this year. The only track he's raced at on the calendar is Spa. He's racing here for the first time, racing with Trident, who are new to the grid this year. And a well done to Roman Belinsky, who finishes 10th and takes the last point for race 2. Great stuff there. You can see just what it means to the families and friends of all the drivers who put in such hard work throughout the season. The sacrifices made by these drivers to race at this level is huge. The amount of work they put in off the track to get those results is huge. There is the number 4. You can see his dad speaking to him on team radio. Roman Belinsky, first rookie, and he will be on the podium. And when he raced in British F4, took a lot of wins in that and did the same in GB3. He finished, I think it was 7th, and he hadn't even raced in the first 4 rounds. And he finished inside the top 10 of the championship still. Had he done the whole season, there's a chance he would have challenged for the overall victory. Roman Belinsky, for the first time this year now, doing a full season, really. He raced in the likes of Janetta Juniors before that. as the cars make their way into pit lane. Gabriele Mini, what a result for him. Hadrian David took the fastest lap right at the end of the race, by the way, 2:04.30. Boyer wasn't quite able to get past Michael Beloff in the end, so in 8th place for Boyer. But an ART win once more. He follows in the footsteps of Esteban Ocon and Grégoire Saucy as ART winners here at Paul Ricard in Freca. Pulls into the first position spot. Kaz Havicourt continues his run of always being inside the top 10. 2 podiums for him now this season. Doing a really good job is Kaz. But it's a win for Gabriele Mini. That's 2 for the season now. Well done to him. That will move him up to 2nd in the championship. The gap may be very, very big to Dino Beganovic, but that will close the gap ever so slightly as we move forward to round 5 of the season, which will be at Zandvoort in 2 weeks' time. Here comes Dino. The super Swede there for Prema. Absolutely fantastic result. A 1-2 finish at every single round. Can you believe that? Gabriele Mini takes the win by just under 3/10 from Dino Beganovic, who got his joint worst result of the season. There you go, it says it all, doesn't it? Kaz Havicourt finishes in 3rd, Paul Aron 4th, Hadrian David in 5th place. Gabriel Bortoleto continues his run of being in the top 10 in every race. Then it was Michael Beloff. Mari Boyer finished in 8th ahead of Lorenzo Fluxa, with Roman Belinsky taking his first rookie win of the season and his first point of the season. Tim Tramnitz 11th, Sebastian Montoya finished in 12th place, Joshua Dirksen 13th, Lawrence Van Hopen 14th, Pietro Deligawanti was 15th. Outside of the top 15, Dudu Barrichello, after another bad start, recovered to 16th. Santiago Ramos was 17th. Francesco Braschi was 18th. Keith Donegan was 19th. Sami Megatunif was 20th. Noel Leon was 21st. Pietro Armani was 22nd. Then it was Matthias Zagazzetta. Leonardo Fornaroli. Not a good weekend for him, sadly. Axel Noss, 25th. Josh Dufek, 26th. Hamza Al-Khabaisi, 27th. Piotr Wisnicki, 28th. Nicholas Baptiste, 29th. Han Chen Yu, 30th place, having had a trip down pit lane. And the non-finishers, Esteban Masson, Owen Tangavello, Victor Bernier, Maceo Capietto. Not a good weekend for the home runners, sadly. And Levente Rivets was the other not to finish. Well, let's take a look back at the highlights from the race then. As we got going for race 2 at Paul Ricard, it was a great start from both drivers off the front row. A poor start from Paul Aron in the red and white Prema there. Saw Beloff go straight round him, and Lorenzo Fluxa as well in that black and white R-Race GP as they made their way in towards turn number 1. We saw the 4 there of Belinsky going round the outside of Mari Boyer. There went the red Ardent of Dudu Barrichello, running wide and having to rejoin. This was the incident at the end of the first lap between Bernier, which got Maceo Capietto caught up, and he retired from the race. Fornaroli was able to rejoin and eventually recovered to 24th place. This was the point where Dino Beganovic trying to go around the outside of Gabriele Mini, and a battle on the brakes led both of them to go wide, and that saw Kaz Havicourt close in as he then challenged the Van Amersfoort driver down the inside of Beganovic for 2nd, wasn't quite able to pull it off. Great racing between some of the rookies out there, 5 of them all battling for the rookie lead. Sadly, this was a point where a couple of our rookies came together. Esteban Masson in an unfortunate incident with Josh Dufek, really, just 3 into 1, didn't go. And sadly, Esteban Masson's race came to an abrupt end as we went side by side once more between Dino Beganovic, who tried everything to get past Gabriele Mini, but nowhere could Gabriele Mini let him through. Gabriele Mini just closed the door every single time. We then had another safety car, which led to a 2-lap shootout, and Gabriel Bortoleto came under attack straight away from Michael Beloff and Hadrian David as Mari Boyer got himself past Lorenzo Fluxa, moving higher up the top 10. This was Josh Dufek getting past Nicholas Baptiste, but out front, Gabriele Mini will take his 2nd win of the season, adding to the win that he got at Imola earlier to move to 2nd in the championship. Well, it's time for the podium at Paul Ricard. Drivers will make their way onto the podium. There we can see them now. Dino, it's somewhere he is somewhere he's used to being now. Kaz is, all three drivers there have visited the podium before, except for the man to the far left. But let's get our drivers onto the podium. Here comes Kaz Havercourt, third place for him. Well done, his second time finishing third. His third time, really, but one of them he was disqualified, so his second time officially. Finishing in second, a 1-2 at every single race for Dino Beganovic, the Ferrari Driver Academy, proving why Ferrari have backed him for yet again this season. But our winner this time for ART, Gabriele Mini. It's a home win for the French team, the Italian driver taking the win to follow in the footsteps of his former teammate and reigning champion, Gregor Sorsi, who won here with the team last year. And we will get our winning rookie once we've got our team member out on the podium. We'll get our winning rookie, 10th place overall. We can see what it meant to his dad. I'm sure he'll be going absolutely crazy again. It will be very emotional for him. Roman Belinsky comes out onto the podium, 10th place, and his first rookie win of the season. Well done to him. We will get the trophies out for the drivers. After this, just to bring you up to speed of, give you a bit of a preview as to what happens next, we will be at Zandvoort next in 2 weeks' time. For round number 5, once again, we will be with the GT World Challenge there. Then, on the 9th and 10th of July, we'll be at the Hungaroring. We didn't get to go to the Hungaroring last year, so it will be a first visit for us. That will be, as I said, on 9th and 10th of July. Then we will be with the Spa 24-hour on the 28th and 29th of July. Red Bull Ring then on the 10th and 11th of September. Barcelona on the 15th and 16th of October rather, and then Mugello on the 22nd and 23rd of October. That is where we will conclude our season. A brilliant place to conclude the season. We've pushed it past. That's going to be an absolutely cracking race. As ART receive their winning trophy, and very shortly we will hear the national anthem of our winning driver, Gabriele Mini of Italy. Gabriele Mini taking the win at round number 4, race number 2 here at Paul Ricard. He in the middle of picture. To the left there in the red race suit, that is Dino Beganovic. Kaz Havercourt, come on, join Roman Belinsky. Get involved as well. You're part of this podium, and I'm sure you will be part of it. Once again, ART doing well there. Brilliant performances all round. Top 10 to recap. Mini, Beganovic, Havercourt, Aaron, David, Bortoletto, Belov, Boya, Fluxa and Belinsky. But the list goes on. A hugely talented grid as we get the champagne going for round number 4. Race number 2. Brilliant end to the weekend. We've really put on a show, haven't they, this weekend? There was some cracking races in that. We may have had a couple of safety cars throughout, but overall, you have to say there was some brilliant racing, particularly between the two men who stand on the podium there, Gabriele Mini and Dino Beganovic. Kaz Havercourt tried his best to get involved and get up to second place. Gabriel Bortoletto was up there. David made some good moves. Aaron made some good moves. Belov likewise as well. And overall, it was a really great spectacle put on. I really do hope you've enjoyed this weekend as much as I have. My name has been Chris McCarthy. It's been an absolute pleasure to have your company this weekend in what has been an absolutely boiling weekend, but a brilliant one here at Paul Ricard. And I really do hope you can join us next time when we go racing at Zandvoort for round number 5 on the 18th and 19th of June. For now, though, from Paul Ricard, it's goodbye.